Hi, I'm Inez Simpson, and I'm the real person that's going to be talking to you while you look at a bunch of slides. So I thought I'd introduce myself. Now, we've created a membership site for free self-hypnosis. I've given some free workshops here, and if you didn't make it to those, you will be able to go on the self-hypnosis part of the membership site for free and just follow along and you'll learn how to do it. So there's lots of content there for free and you can get to do that. Eventually we will have an advanced area that'll be opened up, and it's not open yet. So then we'll do all kinds of interesting things and experimentation if you like, and if you like spiritual stuff, many things. So enjoy the slides, enjoy the knowing, and then go to the site and really go through it and see what you can do for yourself. So I'm very excited about talking to you about the membership site. But first of all, let's just go over about what self-hypnosis is. And self-hypnosis means that it's the work you do. Because the difference between working with me one-on-one is that you have to do a little more consistently and much, not just consistency, but having great intention. You are putting all the work in other words. If you work with a hypnotist, especially a hypnotist that goes for the cause of something, it'll be much faster. But this gives a tool that even I use self-hypnosis all the time. When I first started using self-hypnosis, I absolutely cleared my chronic pain that I'd had since I was 14 years old. Did it take me one day? No, it was a consistent doing it twice a day. That's the ideal. But as long as you do it, you'll get an outcome. Here we go, and that's what it means. The more you do it, the better, the more lasting the effects will be. Because for one thing, when you're doing self-hypnosis in general, you are going to be working from the top. If as a hypnotist, I will go for what the cause of it is. You will be working from the other way. So you're going to work down. So you'll need to do more, because there's always, it's like the old adage of how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And that's what you're doing with self-hypnosis. And when you come to me, I take that little rock or peanut out from underneath and the elephant falls over. And there is no more need to do that work. That's the difference. But I always teach all my clients self-hypnosis, because I expect them to allow themselves to get better all the time. So they both have great work, and I'd like you to start with self-hypnosis. It's like fitness. It's a matter of repetition. Like I said, the ideal is twice a day. If you do that twice a day, all the time, yes, that'd be great. Does that necessarily work into your life every time? You may miss a day, you may miss a half a day. It doesn't matter. The ideal is you're always going for the ideal. But don't stop just because you've missed the ideal. It's just like when you go to the gym and you keep going, and all of a sudden you get sick or something and you don't go, doesn't mean you shouldn't go back. So self-hypnosis can be like a meditation, and it can also be like what we call self-hypnosis is meditation with a toolbox. And what that means is that you are focusing on an issue. It could be that you have insomnia, could be that you want to quit smoking, could be anything. You are focusing on an outcome that you want. That's the difference between the two. So there's just a generic slide we found somewhere that someone can do with self-hypnosis. And I agree, you can do something with all of those depending on who you are, how consistent you are, and how much you do it, how long you do it, all those things. It'll be different for everybody. So with a hypnotist, obviously it'd be much easier for certain things. I would say some of those bigger ones, but things like, you see things on here, love to exercise, all those sort of things like that, test taking. You can learn all those different. Stress relief is major. When you're doing self-hypnosis, it's just a natural stress relief. Same with headaches or all those things. It will change who you are just by doing self-hypnosis. Just like the story I told you. The difference is with it's a little slower than doing it with us. So what I want to do, I really want to work on with you or those of you who would like to go into much deeper states of self-hypnosis. The deeper you go, the more inner work you can do. Because why? Because we can access what I call the superconscious mind. Access to the superconscious mind gets better as depth is attained. The superconscious mind to me is the part of you, you could, for those of you who know the term, you could say the God part of you that knows everything, or it's just the part of you that knows everything or can access all knowledge. That's pretty incredible. So if you learn to go into these much deeper states, you can actually work on all those other things that we just showed you in the other slide, and even access past life regressions in self-hypnosis. So those of you who are willing to do that, and once you can do that, I can actually do Skype sessions with people to attain all kinds of changes very quickly. Okay, so as mentioned, hypnosis in the beginning may seem like a tussle between the powerful subconscious mind or superconscious and the very present and pesky conscious. Now, people say to me, oh, I can't keep still my mind. I can't, it's always going around. So let's talk about it. You can access some video on the site about theory of the mind, and you can go a little more in depth into this. But I'm just going to tell you, the conscious mind likes to be present. It's the part of you that just has to be very rational and all those sort of things. Watch the other video. Now, the dog analogy in that is that your conscious is like constantly running around like a little dog, making sure everything is running good. Is everything fine? Am I safe? I'm hungry. Is something available? All that kind of stuff. So the subconscious can actually still the dog somewhat, but it's like a little dog sleeping beside you, and the moment that you crinkle that bag or you move something, it's right present, because it's always present and watching, and it's always going to keep you safe. So the conscious is, like I said, is very analytical, makes your decisions for all those sort of things. So it's an important part of you, but it's not the most powerful part of you. The most powerful part of you is all the subconscious, and we call the whole area of subconscious, including all the autonomous stuff that, like breathing and all that, is all part of your subconscious. I mean, if you stop breathing and you had to breathe consciously, can you imagine? You had to walk consciously. Your conscious is not the most powerful part of your mind. And with self-hypnosis, that's what we want to utilize. So, now the superconscious. It's the biggest, most powerful part of you, an all-knowing part. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to start a new member site. It's not really a new member site, it's a new section to the self-hypnosis site. I'll work on the scripts for the simple self-hypnosis, and those will always be free. But for those of you who want to go deeper, who want to go and do more, who are much more committed to for some reason or another, you may want to go to profound deep hypnosis. The more we'll practice it, the better it'll be, always. So we'll give Skype sessions, group trainings, all kinds of things to make you available, or not necessarily make you available, but make the superconscious available to you. Many people maybe can't even think of doing that. But with continued self-hypnosis and practice, you can get there. And I'd like to do some experimenting too, as you know. Okay, so I'm very excited about this member site because I have been working one-on-one with many people, having great outcomes happen now. So I've wondered how I could do it. A lot of people have asked me for some kind of training online, but I wasn't willing to do it before because I couldn't see how I could allow you to attain the consistency in getting to the superconscious and all these other things that I do with people. So I think I figured it out, and that's important. So yes, I'll still do the scripts and the training and do demos, examples, and videos. But the most important part of this is that I'm going to be like your fitness trainer. It's going to be your mind trainer, and I'm going to help you go step by step to get to that depth where you can get and attain all these kind of changes. And of course, you'll get all the questions and answers you can answer. I'm excited about the free group Skype sessions because we can do a lot of different things there. And of course, that'll bring about the question and answers. But even though you can access me for that anytime, when you have that group energy going, it's kind of interesting what happens. So, and as an aside, of course, you'll get some special pricing on any other courses you wish to take. But ultimately, this is about especially the group sessions and training you to go step by step into that place where you can actually connect with your own superconscious and get the work done.